Hey PC Bros, welcome back to our second week of our custom PC build highlight. This is a really cool custom build consultation that one of my friends actually reached out as well and planned to build. I guess everyone right now is wanting some PC upgrades for the new Forza 6 game. So this is it. This is a really nice 9800 X3D and 5070 build. This build in particular, he really wanted a white Liam Lee PC case, especially with all the glass around it. So we did an 11 Vision compact build. So today's video, we're gonna be going over all the parts that make up this PC build and what you can expect with the performance of it. Before we get started though, if you want a custom build like this one yourself, you can use the link in the description down below and head on over to PCBros.tech. We have a custom build consultation section, which is about $20, and you can enter in your budget, your requests, if you want a special case, color scheme, anything like that. We can pretty much do it here at PC Bros. Whatever you want to do, if you want something that's maybe not on the website that you don't see, we can definitely do it for you with our custom builds like this one. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight into this build. Starting off with the case, this is the Liam Lee 11 Vision Compact. And this is one of the more premium items in this entire build. He specifically requested this exact case for this build. So I kind of knew this is one of the more non-negotiable things. It is a bit expensive at $120 without fans. So you do have to add in a couple extra accessories and fans to make this build complete, but we were able to accomplish that in a more affordable way because of the fan packs that I added on. And these fans are the Thermalright M12 Infinity fans. I may be wrong on the exact model of these fans, but these are Thermalright's Infinity fans basically. And I really like these fans specifically because the actual fans themselves are not RGB, so it keeps the white clean aesthetic going with a bit of RGB lighting on the sides. You get the infinity mirrors on the sides as well, so it's not too much RGB. In my opinion, it's like the perfect amount of lighting, so it's not blinding you when you're gaming in front of your monitor. But yes, we have 3 reverse blade fans on the bottom, which you can buy in a 3-pack, and then I bought 2 single exhaust fans to kind of match up with the rest of the build. All in, you can expect to spend around $50 to $60 on these extra fan add-ins for this PC case in particular. Not too bad for the amount of fans you have to buy. And again, they're really quiet, they perform really good, and they look really good too. We're gonna briefly touch on the AIO since it's kind of also in the Thermalright category. This is the Thermalright Frozen Infinity 360 AIO. And again, you can see they have the same 3 Infinity fans from Thermalright. I wanted to match up this entire color scheme and match up the kind of ecosystem of these Infinity fans here. And it's a great affordable option. These are around $50 to $60. They kind of fluctuate in price on average, but this is a really affordable and really high performing cooler that can cool all kinds of CPUs, even your nicest ones. Like for instance, in this build, this has the 9800 X3D CPU, 8 core, 16 thread. This is pretty much the best CPU you can buy for your money right now. There is the 9850 X3D, but it's a little more expensive, so saving money where you can does help, especially in this economy. So 9800 X3D is inside of this build, and that Thermalright cooler is having no issues cooling it whatsoever. My friend did actually ask me to add in this CPU. Originally, I had more of a Ryzen 5 CPU, kind of mid-range to match this 5070 here that we're talking about in a minute, but for the extra future headroom, he wanted the 9800 X3D. The 3D V-Cache is going to be a very big help in sim-related tasks and just overall every game out there. You're going to have an easy time with the 9800 X3D, and you'll be able to throw in any GPU down the road if you want to upgrade. For motherboards, we went with a nice mid-range B850 board. This is the Asus B850 Max Wi-Fi. I wanted to get a Wi-Fi board because, you know, it's just a nice creature comfort to have, especially for these custom builds. If it's for a higher end build like this, I might as well throw it in there because it's going to be a nice touch. This one has a decent amount of power going to the CPU. The Ryzen 7 CPU is more of a power efficient CPU as is, despite it being, you know, the best processor out there. You got an 8-pin and a 4-pin going for the power for that, so I'd say that's just fine. For RAM, we have the white 32 gig DDR5 6000 megatransfers at CL30. This is V-Color Manta, and this RAM also has a screen on it. I've never seen this before, but when I was shopping around for this particular build, it was either this white kit with CL30 cast latency, which I really want to go for on most of my builds, or a black kit that was the same price and lower cast latency. So this was the winner, and it has a bit of a little screen on it. It gives you some information like temperature of your RAM, so that's kind of cool, honestly. Have not seen that before, and it looks pretty good too. And we've also used these V-Color kits plenty of times, just not the RGB version. A lot of the times for Newegg, if you're shopping and you're not really caring about the specific color scheme or anything, they often include these specific RAM kits in bundles with 9850 X3Ds, 9800 X3Ds, and they've been just fine. So I know reliability-wise, these are more than perfect. For storage, we went with just a 1TB Gen 4 NVMe SSD. On average, just finding the cheapest one is what I've been telling people and what I've been doing myself recently. You're gonna be spending around $150 to $160 depending on how nice of an SSD you get. But 1 TB is, in my opinion, the starting point. This is a good point to where you can just get a couple games installed. If you are more of a game hog and you want to play all kinds of games, 2 TB is a good upgrade. You're gonna be spending another $110-ish but not a bad option if you want to upgrade. 1 terabyte will be just fine to get you started, and of course with an ATX board you have plenty of expansion for the future. For power supply, we went with the Sama GT 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply. This is actually an A tier power supply if I remember correctly on the SPL tier list. It's fully modular, it has white cables, which I'm a big fan of, and I did this particular power supply because of the fact that it has white cables already pre-installed with your modularity as well. So not only does it save on cable management, it keeps the build cleaner, and it's just one less thing to buy while keeping that reliability of an A tier power supply, and it just looks good in this build. I think white cables or white sleeve cables is an absolute must with a full white build. We already committed with everything else that's white in this build, so we might as well just stick with the white power supply. And they honestly aren't even that much more expensive either. You might be spending an extra like $5, $10, $15, but it's a worthy investment so you don't have to buy sleeve cables. All in all, this component setup will not pull any more than probably, I want to say like 350 to 400 watts. So you still have actually a lot of headroom, but if you wanted just the even extra headroom, you could go up to an 850 watt if you want to spend the extra 10, 15 bucks if you're replicating this somewhat at home. And the last piece of the puzzle, the graphics card. This is the RTX 5070 in white. This is like the stealth ice version or something like that from Gigabyte. They have a bunch of weird naming schemes, but this one is a super clean white graphics card with some silver on the top. I do have a soft spot for Gigabyte white graphics cards. I think they look really clean, and this one fit the bill. It wasn't too expensive compared to your other options. You'll be spending a bit of an extra amount of money getting a white GPU compared to the black ones. I think the black ones are about $30 to $40 cheaper, but to complete the build, like I said, to keep it nice and clean, I feel like the extra money in that graphics card category was worth the price upgrade, just so it all matches the board, the case, everything like that. I think this one turned out really, really cool. And on top of that, it's upgradable to 9000 X3D. That's gonna wrap up this custom build. Like I said in the last video, and I will say in the ones after this, they all come with a 1-year warranty, parts and labor included. We do all the testing, optimization, installation of Windows, activation of Windows. Everything is covered in our custom builds, so you know that you're pretty much getting a ready-to-go PC out of the box. All you gotta do is download Steam and get to gaming. So that is gonna wrap up this week's build highlight. Let me know what you guys think about this particular build in the comments down below, and we'll see you guys next week or the week after with another one. See ya.